Boom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today, I have a very special friend, a person that I start my AUC riding in his group. Uh, Before, I was more a skateboarder, one wheeler, and then I came to this guys, and this guys helped me a lot to improve my skills. I'm not so good like them, but is one of the places I try to go and ride with them because they are like my best friends and the people that I love to ride, people that I feel safe and I enjoy to ride because I know they are very, very good. And when I ride with them, I feel like you are in a safe zone. And I can trust them. I can go faster, slowly. I know that we have our times and we know how to work, all of us together. I want to call my friend and good rider. Hello, Uwe.
Hey Nelson, how are you, my friend?
From the last ride we've been together.
Yeah,
So,
not long ago.
so I just want to say, first of all, I'm going to share now in the Facebook groups. We are in X, we are in YouTube. I'm going to share now in the YouTube Facebook groups of AUCs because he's an AUC rider. But he has a good background. He has skateboard. He has something from drones. He has a good story to talk with us, 3D printing and everything. And I think that is good for us to talk a little and have a nice conversation. That way you can know him a little better. And my friend, tell me, where do you come from? Uh, how do you start? And that way we can go from there on. And in this time, I'm going to share in the Facebook groups.
All right, thanks Nelson. First of all, for having me here. My name is Oeve. I'm 43 years old. I'm from Belgium, and I started actually like back in the days with BMXing, like rollerblading, be like kind of the first always to do some crazy things. Then it kind of started to go over to a bit of skateboarding. Never done that much, but I went to snowboarding directly. Then a bit of quite some freeboarding, what is the equivalent of snowboarding, but on the streets. Went over then to electric longboards, and that transferred at the end into the EUC riding as we do today. But it has been quite some journey to get here. So, but yeah, it has been a lot.
My friend, just for the beginning, for the people to understand, how do you came to the AUC world? What was the first contact? How do you came? How do you was the first time that you see AUC and you say, okay, that is something? How was the first contact with the AUC? Was something directly or?
No, it was not directly. It started when we transferred to the electric longboard rides, and then going to like Brussels and Antwerp without cars, like where the city was
Mhm.
completely closed off, where we could ride freely through the cities and so on. And we would always meet up with the PEV community. And yeah, it had everything, it had the longboards, the one wheels, the EUCs, the steps, like everything you could imagine there was to ride electric. Also manual things, nonetheless. But it was like a safe way to explore the city when it was closed off, and that's where we met David, as you know,
Mhm.
and he was more like, hey, try the EUC and so on. At first, it was like, no, it's not for us really, Um, but then soon we started to notice that like riding around with the electric longboards for the street and not the off-road longboards, but the street longboards, it was difficult to find some nice roads always. You wanted to explore further and further, and then came a certain point where, yeah, it was limited to get to some places. And that's where Jorg, as you also know, one day came, hey, I tried David's EUC, I'll bring it. We'll try it. and then he came over, and we tried
Look,
here at
Ralph.
the place on the fields to start, and yeah, then we were sold, so to speak.
Okay, it's like we say it. He was a mountain board rider too, and a skateboarder. And today, if you ask to him, do you want to go back to the skateboards? It tell you directly, never again.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really nice also to do, nonetheless, and I see people doing, also crazy things on that, but it's like, yeah, some, yeah, how should I say, some prefer like snowboarding, some prefer like skiing, and then at a certain point also you get older. Like I also had back surgery, so
Hmm.
always standing like a snowboarding style, like crooked, it's not so great for the back, um, even though it can, if you don't do too many crazy things, it still works, but yeah, the freedom is much more doable with an EUC. You can get much more places with the EUC than also a mountain board. Like for off-roading, they sometimes have smaller tires, like sand and so on is already difficult. If it's muddy, they slip out also a lot. So in that regard, um, yeah, the EUC is more versatile, I think, and that's why David and so on also, and
Hello,
Jorg
David.
mentions like, hey, I won't go back. This is totally pure freedom a bit.
My friend, we are seeing now that was your first machine, the Monster. Uh,
Yes,
that was the under
that's
100 volts.
that was a 80-volt machine.
Okay, 80 volts. Okay,
Yeah,
and then we
that
have the
was
Sharon Ebron.
like one week later when I tried it. I I bought that second hand from a guy that also David knows, and day two we already did like 80 kilometers the first time. I was totally broken the next day, but it was a really nice adventure for the first time.
So
Or
I'm going to
84
tell
volt.
I'm going to tell something. I think that the people sometimes don't understand. We are in Europe. Belgium is not one of the worst places for us to ride. If we are take it easy, they are nice to us, and we have to be careful, not be stupid. And there
Mhm.
is one of the places that we can have fun till today. We never know in the future because we are close to Germany and Netherlands. That is impossible for us to have fun. We try sometimes, but is a risk. Uh, but we have something that I don't see. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm maybe in 35 to 40 groups in Europe, and the most active groups that I know is the group from you guys, is always every day we listen something, or there is a ride, or there is something to do, not just in the weekends. Sometimes in the middle of the week there is something for the people to have fun. And then is the group
Yep.
from David, is the two groups that we see more active. uh, you
Yeah,
are
that's
in
true.
other groups. I know that you are in other groups. Don't you see that is very strange that we don't find other groups so active like the two of you guys, because the two groups are very active.
Yeah, we come together quite a lot actually, and yeah, we also have some people who work weekends and they have more time during the week. So then they just shout out in the group chat like, "Hey, who's up for a ride?" And yeah, you can always find someone from our group who has no issues to go ride, or he cancels his day and he will go ride. Like as you know, we ride all year through, even in the in muddy winter conditions. So it's nice now that it's becoming a bit of summer here and dry weather. But yeah, yeah, we mix it up a lot. Or David comes to us, or we go to
Oh, yeah,
David.
okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I just want to show here. David is from this group,
yep. You
and
see,
the guy, the group from the other guys is the hooligans. I don't know if they call it anymore the hooligans, but before it was the UC hooligans. I don't
yeah,
know.
it changed already. I think we should call it like UC Rebels now because,
Okay.
like you mentioned before, the rules are getting sometimes. Yeah, it's still okay depending on where you ride. If it's in the city, you might get easier into trouble. But since we ride in the countryside and off-road most of the times, and on mountain bike trails for the most part, um, yeah, we don't have that much of issues. So let's hope it stays like that, so we can still enjoy it for a long time. Because it's, yeah, a lot of fun. We always, as you know, when you ride with us, we always have a good time, a lot
My
of
friend, that is the best
laughter.
time I have. It's one of the places I don't have no problem to ride 2 hours just to go to a ride with you guys because first of all we have one guy in the group that he knows all the coordinates. He knows he's always telling he's 2 minutes so we are there, and
That's a commute
when we
master,
see
the commute master.
and then we see we are 2 hours more. But the beautiful thing we love that too. And I think our group, the group from you guys that I'm there. I think we are more than a family. We are good friends. That is, I
Yes,
think
indeed.
I think is the most important. And we see lots of riders like David, like other guys. They come from so far, and sometimes we ride 2 hours just to have a little fun. And I think that is very important. It's not easy.
hmm
And
Yeah, that's I think also our group became like yeah, like you say, more friends and family, and they also match each other.
mhm,
It's not that you have like people who are trying to, yeah, make some commotion in the group or so. It's sometimes you have a discussion nonetheless, that's life, but for the rest, we yeah, we can stand each other very well, know each other quite good. So yeah, also the riding style everybody has, so it works perfectly out. So that's why I think a lot of people drive a few hours. It's like the same like I when I remember when we went freeboarding, we would go to even Switzerland,
mhm.
Luxembourg, all kind of places, just for a weekend, just to take our board, go down the hill with some, yeah, friends actually. Because yeah, it was always a lot of fun. You had good times. There was no stress. There was no, yeah, no commotion, or fights, happening in between. So it stayed always really nice. Yeah, that was without cars in
Yeah,
the city.
I'm just showing a little from you that everything we are seeing is from you, is YouTube and is Instagram. He has the Facebook there. I'm going to leave all the links if you want. Go there and subscribe. Like I was talking with him, he don't post so much. He likes to post something that is okay for him, and it makes him happy to post. If it's not okay, he don't post too much. There's David in his.
Yes,
Uh,
indeed. And I was still riding on my longboard that day. Yeah, back then, and that was indeed David showing what it needed to be at the end or so.
do you miss this type of rides, or today you prefer to have what we have, this solid group of friends riding with more experience, and not more experience, but maybe sometimes in this big group rides we never know what is going to happen because it's like a big box of surprises.
Yeah, that's, yeah. If you go there, then you kind of need to expect a bit of chaos. That always happens with these rides. But yeah, if you know that, okay, we're going to go to this event, then you are kind of a bit prepared for this, and you still have your kind of group, like everybody has them, but you all come together, and yeah, you still decide what you want to do during that group ride or so. So yeah, it's always nice to do it. It's you also see the city. You also learn new people. For example, you might find a new David or a new Ralph, who can join our group, and he would like also to do things like that. So then, yeah, your group gets a little bit bigger, and the more joy, of course.
Okay, well, okay, I can talk like this. I'm going to talk like the groups from USA, Australia, lots of groups. Not of course. Talking about bad. Oh, Ralph, look what Ralph is driving. Look at the
That
machines
was
we
this
have here. The first
S18.
chairman, everything. That was the. Lots of people don't know that the beginning, no suspension. That was, I think, the
Oh,
first suspension
that was
from the
kind of
King
one of
song.
the first ones. Yeah, the Kingsong
Yeah, I think it
S18.
was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would I would ride with Jorik these trails just on my Monster and the RX or the MSP. So yeah, once suspension turned up, it was like instantly like, oh, this is a cheat code we have now. It's so smooth, So yeah, in that regard, it changed.
in
Yeah,
this time was
a
not
lot.
so a big problem because of the electric PVs. Today is a little more problematic. Before was not so problematic like today. Today, I think, is more difficult than because it's more PVs. I think.
Yeah, it's like I said, people like prefer their own thing a bit, So yeah, it gets a mixed match, especially like you see when we do the Europe ride, everybody is there, so everybody can enjoy. But then we have to plan the rides much better because it's not for everybody to ride these off-road trails, and also not with yeah, some steps
David,
can do it, but
David fall inside.
yeah, inside the mud, or
uh, uh,
always good times, these
yeah.
rides. It's always funny, but yeah, like I say, with the rides, we see that often when we allow also, yeah, not allow, but if we take other people like with a one wheel or so, or with a step, for example, then it's
Mhm.
not often not that easy to combine it. It has differences,
It's
like I mean,
difficult, my friend.
it's
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 difficult.
very it's like I said, if we do the Europe ride, it is like you go to the city rides. It's planned, that you have to look out also for the other guys, who might have less range or have difficulties in certain terrain or so on, that you don't take everybody to the same that you're used to, because then they get like, oh, this was not that fun, and then the next time they won't come. So that's why, yeah, if we do the rides that we do, we kind of have like the people we know our capabilities also. It doesn't have to be all matched, like you say, you can ride fast if you want, you can ride slow. Everybody, we wait for you at the end anyways, and we look out for each other. So in that
Just for you
regard,
guys to see it, that is what he's talking about. That was in 2023 when we came, all of us, and we say, guys, let's try to make the first ride of the year,
mhm.
and together, and as a bunch of friends we came together and we say, okay, let's do it. And sometimes the people don't understand that is not made for No Limits to Ride. That is made from a group of friends from different countries and different styles of riding. skateboard, mountain boards, one wheelers. We have e-scooters there too. We have so many different types, and from so many different countries. In 2023, we have guys from UK there too, riding
Mhm.
with us, the A rides and everything. And that was the possibilities for us to say, okay, we open the season, the summer season. But like we tell, we are always in the winter riding too. For us.
That's true. That's true. In Belgium, then it's not that great of a weather yet. Yeah, and now it is actually. We should maybe do it soon
The big
because
problem,
now,
I speak with the guys, and they say because of the little stress that we are having now, because that was not very safe for us to do it in 2025. We was planning to do in 2025. You see that is from 2023. We made it in 2024. And this year we decided for us not to put in risk the location that we ride all the time. Then we're
Mhm.
going to lose our freedom. It's better for us to maybe make a pause of 1 year, see how everything works, and maybe next year we do it again. Or but in the moment, it's better for us to be in a safe zone. Is lots of people, you see here how many riders we have here, and
Yeah, we
of
had a
course,
lot of them. Huh?
and we have guys from France, was guys from everywhere, and we have to say we have to be careful because that is going to call lots of attention for people
Hmm.
maybe don't like it too much, or that way we decided this year not to do it. It's very sad, but I think that was the best option for the safety of us as riders, and for us to continue to have our fun, because this group is for the country we are, is the most active group we have, and I don't want to lose the opportunity to have my rides every week, and or when I have a chance, because this what let's talk about the group. The good thing about this group is you don't have to come. You come when you can, and most of the people, sometimes you can, you are not a month, but is always working, don't
Yeah,
stop.
you're not obligated. Huh? The one time, yeah, some people are not there. The other time, some other people are there. It cannot be always like everybody has also other plans. So when it fits you, it fits you. And yeah, most of the time we are with like enthusiastic people who want to ride. So I we always turn up with like 6 or 8 people nonetheless.
Yeah,
But yeah, the bigger the group
we
are, the harder things get
we just
sometimes.
have to see, what happened to us. We speak between us, between the group, and the group ask, hey, can you the gloves, like the people say, oh, that was no limits to ride. No, that was us friends. We say, they ask me, is the gloves good, Nelson? I just want to share because of the group that we made. We always make the morning a street ride, and in the afternoon we make a off-road ride, uh, for you guys to understand. There was lots of UK riders in the first year, but for us to try to explain what okay, that was already very good. You still in this year, you still have the not the S22. You was with the monster, yeah. Yeah, well, you was
Um,
with the monster, yeah.
yeah, I used the Monster actually for the off-road session, and I think I switched
In the
to the
afternoon,
S22 in the afternoon
yeah, yeah.
for the
Because in the
more
morning was like street ride.
yeah,
uh,
and I still like that wheel because it's like a cruiser.
do you
It's
have it? Do you still have it?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
here behind me.
Wait a second. Let me just change.
It's still
Yeah, the
there
baby's there. He's
behind me.
alive, huh?
And my freeboard is also there.
Yeah. I think the
So
freeboard is not for. Oh, I just missed one thing. I think is important for us to show how we are in the. Just let me just change here, just for the people to understand how good we are. We're not just going to go for a ride. For us, important is when we finish something, we always go eat together most of the time. and in this time we know each other. Uh, some people are new, or there's something good. We have today now new riders in a group. Theo is one of the guys with old machine, but he's
Yeah.
a crazy guy.
Yep. You can tell him like, hey, try this, Theo, and he says, okay, I will do it.
Or sometimes you're going to say, Theo, do you going to? Oh, and you see Theo is going. Oh, okay. So there is no age for this, my friend.
No, no,
I think
no,
that is what
that's
the
true.
people have to understand. So most of the time, you guys know all of the trails. You already know it from Netherlands to Belgium to Germany. Now I know that Ralph and some guys are using the trails in Germany, because now Germany is very quiet. It's very, very good for us because it's not so much riders, uh, and that way is a little easygoing for us.
Hmm.
That is very good. Uh, I just want to show you guys here that it was the afternoon. You seeing the a guy from UK behind him, and now you're going to pass for guys from Germany. The
Yeah,
Christopher
he's also
one
nice.
wheeler is
Yeah,
always
yeah.
laughing, always good.
He's also a crazy
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, he's
and
always
then you have the
happy.
guy with the a scooter. He was is one a good friend from us, and there's
I
Stilo,
think the
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 guy from
first year
UK.
was really really nice. I It was a really nice event, and
Was
I
lots of
think it
persons
was
from
even,
different places.
yeah, there were a lot of people I didn't even know also there. So yeah, nice to yeah, learn some other people, learn to know them.
That was for you guys to understand. That was our chef. This is the guy who organized. I just want to say because he always tell us, like, there he is. Okay, let's go, let's go. He knows the way.
He
Doesn't
will
matter if he
point you
knows the
to
way.
the he will point you to the adventure.
That was very nice too.
Yeah, it's always like you never know sometimes where you start. But yeah, I think this was nicely planned back then.
Hello,
Like we had a
Michelle.
real nice on-road ride, and afterwards a real nice off-road ride.
The off-road
I
ride was
think.
very good, very good.
uh,
And the weather was very good. We was like the weather, and the day
It
was
was
very
not
good.
bad. It was dry. It was
Uh
not
huh.
too cold, not too warm. It could have been a bit more sunnier, but because I see I still have my thicker jacket on,
Uh huh.
so it was not that yet that great of a weather. But
Lots of
yeah,
S22. Lots of this time was lots
yeah,
of S twenty
that
two.
was the time of the S22. I think everybody had an S22.
Yeah.
I have a picture from David's place where there were like 15 S22s on a row. Like everybody had them. So and yeah, then we had to create those sliders, huh, that David, his friend, machined.
That is the
Um,
good thing. You think over the good thing about these two groups, like David, and then we have Robin, and then we have all the team trying always to fix or trying to find a way for us to have the machines working, because we know that the problems are there, and
mhm.
the S22 is a great machine, but always has some small problems.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. Like every community has it, I think, because yeah, with the internet, a lot of issues get shared. Everybody, I yeah, it's also a bit depending on what the person likes. A lot of people say like, "Oh, that's 22," but I'm now riding this so long, even with the sliders we created in aluminium with the rollers. Still think it works pretty good. It can always be improved with the new um, motorcycle shocks and so on. But yeah, it's an ongoing evolvement and to the future. So who knows what there will be in 10 years or in 5 years. But yeah, you try to adjust to what you have, try to improve it with the things you can do and have, like, and everybody has some view on how to, and when these things come together, then yeah, a lot of things can be done.
Yeah, but you, my friend, with so many years, you have riding your machines because you have a nice background, and today you work a lot too with 3D. You have lots of drones. You have not lots of knowledge. Uh, is like that you see something that you said, okay, that is you have you still have the S22. You love your S22. Lots of people already change, and you continue to have your S22. You are always upgrading your S22 because the internet help us a lot. I think it's a great machine. Still a great machine. And I see lots of friends for me like they always come back to the S22. They have new machines, but the S22 is always the backup machine. Uh,
Hmm.
do you think we are seeing like the Kingston has lots of upgrades now? Do you think it's very sad for us to lose the S22 and maybe they could made up a nice upgrade with the mistakes from the S22 and fix it with a perfect machine? Because till today is still the perfect machine.
Yeah, of course, I could be done some improvements. Like, yeah, the sliders were not perfect, but yeah, maybe with the, which one is it? The F
F F
18,
F18, I think.
18. Yeah, that may be becoming the successor of the S22, because the F22, I think it's a bit, nah, it's too heavy, especially
It's too
for
heavy
my
and the
weight, you know.
suspension is totally different. It's four
Um,
suspension. You have two in the
yeah,
front, two in the back.
also like uh, like I see Jorg, for example, he's also a heavier rider. I'm not that heavy, so therefore the S22 still fits in what I do, you know. Um, Maybe it could have a bit more power, like they say, you know. But that I noticed a bit jumping this weekend with Apex. I tried Apex from Juan,
Hmm.
and yeah, it was really easy to jump, and it was also pretty similar to the S22, I have to say. A little
You
bit
like it?
more. Yeah, it worked really well actually.
Oh, I'm seeing you now. I'm looking to you. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see the jumps from you, my friend.
Some other people were also telling me like, "And when you gonna order?" And I said like, "I'm not sure yet. We'll have to try it a bit more." But yeah, I've taken it on some jumps this weekend on Sunday, and it felt really good actually. The first time I've ridden it, it was a bit stiff on the lower bumps and so on the smaller things, where the S22 feels much smoother. But Robin kind of found out something where he gave it a little bit more compression or preload, and then he has done something weird. I'm not sure yet. He was telling me about it, and Juan, but I have to ask him one more time. And his felt much smoother than the same setup as Juan is. So yeah, in that regard, it worked really well, and especially when coming down on the jumps, it was even smoother than my S22. Really. So
Yeah,
there's an opportunity maybe also for an Apex.
yeah, because I see your video and I said, okay, oh, he's jumping with that, huh? Uh,
That's not the S22.
yeah, yeah. And I noticed directly that was not the S22, and I said, okay.
What
Uh,
happened?
uh, and I asked to myself, I'm trying to find here the video just for you guys to see it. Let me just see. I think I have here the video. Is this the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and I was like, eh? That is not the that is not the same machine.
Nope. To be honest, I broke my bolts from the S22, and I had even the reinforced ones already here at my place, but I didn't install them. I always make sure that they were tight because sometimes they could get loose, and when there's too much play on them, and also because the bolt would not go completely into
Hmm.
the socket actually. Um, yeah, yeah, it has a way to snap. Uh, and that happened like this Sunday, but yeah, after like 4 or 5,000 k on the S22 of only off road and jumping, so it still held up pretty well. But like I said, for a guy who is heavier than me, it would have not hold up that long probably. But yeah, like I say, it depends.
So that is
It's for
our
everybody.
that is the guy who bring us to the best places.
Yeah, Jorik.
George York, right? I call him George,
Yeah, yeah.
but he's a Yogi. But I like to
Yogi Bear.
put him George, and he don't like it too much. But I think the people when I come to the rides, they already call him George. Just, but York is one a fantastic person, and we have to thank to him that we have a person on the front taking care of the ride. Most of the times there is mistakes, but if we are doing, is going to happen the same. Like this one is a little shitty sometimes.
Yeah, like you said, with Jorik is always an adventure. Huh? We plan a route, and sometimes he sees while riding like, ooh, look here, here's a nice track on the side. Let's check it out. And then sometimes, yeah, this happens. Where
Woo!
yeah,
He makes us
but
sometimes in places that we cannot imagine. That we say that is impossible. Look at you.
yeah,
That
that's
is
like
not
part
normal.
of the adventure, it's always nice to,
I
yeah,
remember
you never
one
know,
time.
it's like
Never
they
know.
say, yeah, what if you go around that corner, but it was not on the plan, and you might find something like, "Phew, that is even nicer to do, if you never take or look around that corner, you would never know. So yeah, that's the whole point of doing this kind of, and have fun together, have a good laugh, like what happened, you know, be one with nature, talking to the animals we find.
I remember one day I was riding with him, me, half on the York, and he say we have to go this way, this way. When I see, I came to one place there is no road, and I just listen. I was with Ralph, just the two of us, and I say, "Hey, wait a minute, where is York? There is no place." And he say, "You have to go up." But the way you have to go up, my friend, that was a big mountain, and we have to carry the board all the time. And he is with a mini a bull. What's the name? Commander mini
Commander Mini,
mini.
yeah, indeed.
So and he goes everywhere. He always goes. And for
Yeah,
us,
that's the
is
wheel, the only wheel till now that still handles quite well with Jorg, even if it's called a mini. But yeah, sometimes the shocks I need to be fixed with new oil and so on. But this one is. Is still the one for him where he does everything. He does have his S22
Mhm.
um, still, and since we got a new 4000 watt motor, he likes it. He's a bit more certain with the S22 again,
Yeah.
because with the 3300 watt, he was not that. Yeah, he missed the torque. He sometimes rides up somewhere, he stands still, and then he wants to just crawl up the hill from a standstill. And yeah, that's where you kind of say, I need a bit more speed and keep the momentum with the S22 um, to get to the same point as the Mini, for example, or some other wheels in that regard. But yeah, you kind of adjust a bit to what the wheel can do also. If it's really not meeting your expectation, yeah, then you need a new wheel. That's the same like with your wheel. Yeah, like you've been in Portugal, it fits you perfectly. It held up in very hot weather. It went far, so it's a good wheel for you. So why change it out or get another wheel?
That's why I
Yeah.
always tell to everybody, with my weight, what I did with this machine, I don't know if it's going to happen, but and I have to say something that is very important. Most, just for you guys to understand it, you can think that these guys, they are just guys who ride like babies. No, that is pro riders. They don't do easy stuff. They try to go to the limit. You have to see these guys going trails everywhere, and they push. And one guy, when one push, the other push more. And he's like, because sometimes the people think that we are just going. For me, I'm going on the back. I'm not so fast like you guys, but the group from you guys, we have fantastic riders, and that is not just easy ride. Everybody push for everybody, and that's why we damage ourselves so much. You
Hmm.
been for a couple months, you was stopped too, and lots of riders the same. Ralph was the same, and me was the same, and that's what happened. The problem, we push too much.
Yeah, but now these days I would say we are f- good riders, not the best of the best. What I see these days happening, I'm like, that's maybe not for us anymore. We still try everything, and like you say, by the other guy doing it, the other guy is more confident to do it as well. Then you have the 46 or 64-year-old guy doing that, and you're like, if he can do it, then I can also do it.
Yeah, but
And
you have to
then,
think like this. He has lots of balls, my friend.
yeah, 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 he
I
has
was
big
in Spain.
kahunas.
I was in Spain riding with the other guys, and you know that I'm not the fastest guy. I cannot come close to most of you guys. You guys are faster than me, and I was
You also ride pretty fast,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's okay, but you understand what I mean. I try to go to, on a safe zone because I don't want to damage myself,
Yeah, yeah, that's for your
I
job
have
as
a
also,
job
huh?
and
Like,
everything. But in Spain, I
hmm
was pushing and I was riding with other AUC riders, and I say, okay, and they say they was very good. I see some videos, and in end, I said they don't have no chance with us here in.
hmm
They are very in open fields, but you guys like riding in these trails like we was the last time in the trails is just you have to. I said to myself, okay, I'm going to go slowly because this the roots and everything. You have to really be careful that you don't damage yourself. And
How far were we? Like 100 meters with the first pedal, but it's the same for us. Like it is new spots. We don't know it whatsoever. So I think I also have then like, oh, I have to watch out because I don't want to pedal clip here something,
yeah,
and then the ride is maybe
you
over
are
or
like a
whatever.
monkey jumping.
But yeah, you get sucked in also, and yeah, we have done some trail runs or single tracks where I said like, no, we should have first ridden it first
Yeah, yeah.
to know it a bit maybe, but yeah,
Like when we go to Holland, Roy, we were by Roy. It's
yeah,
very
yeah,
clean, huh? It's very clean. It's one of the best tracks I was, and I was feeling safe. But then you go to the Yuri, that is 5 minutes riding, and already David was with his fingers
yeah, yeah,
because
bleeding. Yeah.
yeah, because he catch one root and he said and
hmm
I just listened beep and I say okay, that is because
Yeah, it was
by
like what was it, 100 or 200 meters in the right or
Yeah.
something. But it was also like a black single track. It was also a tricky one. I think I had to also watch out a lot, because yeah, I've also had it like in Amerongen in the Netherlands where it was even wider. Like you go faster then, and yeah, you don't see like roots sometimes. They are so hidden depending on what season it is. If there's a lot of overgrown, they are hidden, or if it's in the even in the fall or something where it's everything is brown, you don't see it, and it can happen like in an instantly where you get smacked down.
That is seconds, my friend. When you see, and the other problem is we start to push, and then when you see you are behind the other guy, and most of the time the guy from front he see it, and the guy from the back. Like I was with Ralph one time, and I say, Ralph, watch it. When I finish saying watch it, I just see Ralph, "Ugh," and
Hmm. Yeah,
because
yeah.
he was too close.
There's no escaping that anymore. Like I said, also like the trails in Amerongen, like we always also ride very close behind each other, because yeah, we kind of know the style of the other person pretty
Uh-huh.
well. But still, then in your mind it goes like, if he hits a route, the front guy, yeah,
Yeah,
it's game over, for all three of us or four of us. And like in Amerongen, it also happened with Jorge's Mini, where the motherboard said like, I don't want to ride anymore. So he stopped, and Yuri was behind him. I was behind Yuri, and it happened so fast. The only thing Yuri could have done was jump off, and he was in the air. He saw Jorg underneath him. He put his foot on his head, like really slowly. I not very hard, but just to to move over him. But yeah, it was a big pile up, so it happened very quickly. And yeah, some damage was done to Jorg. His whole elbow was, yeah, pretty damaged, actually. And yeah, if a wheel also hits you at certain speeds, it's, yeah. So we kind of hold a little more distance these days, because of, yeah, if 40 kilos or hits you, and like I say, sometimes we are really riding like 40 or 45 on the trails.
sometimes more, my friend. Sometimes more.
Yeah,
And
sometimes, yeah,
sometimes
but even on the
like you
smaller
and me, we
single
was
tracks.
riding, we was riding the two of us in Germany. I think it was in Germany, you and me, that you put the video, and we was pushing more than 50,
Mhm.
going off road, the two of us. And that is the problem. One push, the other push, the other push, uh, and and uh, and that is the beautiful thing is we trust each other to do that. But it's
Mhm.
not for I don't do it with everybody. If I go to a group ride, like if I go with David, I can do it. But if I go to his group ride, I don't know most of the riders he has, and I try not to go too
Yeah,
fast.
or you need to be, yeah, you need to keep your distance, because I also have somewhere a video, me behind David, and also
Hmm.
David hit his pedal against the root, and I was so close behind him, and I could have just avoid him like on I think 1 centimeter. It was not 1 centimeter, but I almost pedal clipped his head with my pedal, so that would have not been. Yeah, so great if that happened. And then you start sometimes thinking like, oh, it's nice, and it's quite an adrenaline rush to be riding close to each other. But then you remember like, ooh, you're totally riding on the guy in front of you, because you don't see what is coming. If he reacts, you need to react on what he's
Hmm.
doing sometimes. And then, yeah, sometimes it gets a bit dangerous. But till now, I think everybody from the group has a pretty okay judgment on that. So that's why we are like have to knock on wood or something or hold it. but till now, actually, not much injuries or crashes happened actually.
Yeah,
So
and sometimes happen when we don't do shit. Is when we don't do nothing.
yeah, that's how I busted my knee
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I tore my ACL and
Mm-hmm,
LCL or what is it.
mm-hmm,
I was riding like 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers an hour, just filming one, and
mm-hmm.
suddenly I my wheel wobbled on some, I don't know, I still don't know what it was, and stepped off into a ditch, and it was done.
And the good thing, what is good by us, my friend, is like we are seeing now this picture. This picture talks a lot. You are a rider, but you are a guy who makes lots of good videos. Then you have Robin. I think he has one of the best YouTube channels for me. I'm very sad that he don't continue doing. I think could be a fantastic YouTube channel as information because he make it very good.
Hmm.
uh, and then you have David makes lots of good pictures that is for us amazing. Then we have Ralph, a guy who always with the 360 in his hands. I think he sleeps with the 360 in his bed.
He has now two of them, so he's actually filming in 720.
Then you have York, Yuri, Tim. Then we have Juan, is
Yeah,
a guy who don't have not afraid of nothing too.
yep.
And everybody's just pushing for everybody. You don't have don't stop. When you go with a ride with you guys, is like if you guys coming to visit this group, you have to imagine that you're going to go. They're going to bring you in places that you say, okay, I was not expecting for this. That was a little too much. But in the end of the day, you're going to say that was the best day of my life because you're going to get out of there with more experience. Maybe you're going to fall. I don't forget the first time I ride with you guys was in by Yuri, and I fall I think 20 times. I was in the trails with the guys, and I was just all the time saying I'm okay because the guys was just listening to me falling, falling,
Hmm.
falling because I was not prepared to happen what happened in that day. And for me,
Yep.
I said, okay, that is the right guys for me. And
That's Theo now,
yeah,
He's the he's your successor now. He also like
but
this
he's more
weekend.
crazy than me, my friend. He's more crazy
Yeah,
than me. Believe
hey,
me.
you were not on the ride this Saturday, yeah, but phew, we've done again.
I see the videos, my friend. We have Ralph for that.
Yeah, no, no, no. But that was on Sunday. We also went on Saturday to Liège.
Saturday was with David, right?
No, no, David was not there.
Or
Was they?
no?
No, no, David was not there. No, no.
Okay.
But
And I don't see.
we had a guy. We had Michiel. He
Uh-huh.
came also. Really, like his wheel went off the hill 3 times, and one time he also almost went with it down the hill. But yeah, it was. We had to climb, we had to really like climb, come up at the hill because we could not get up there. But yeah, it was like, hey, should we try this? Yeah, yeah, let's do it. But it was, yeah, like, yeah,
It's
you, you,
amazing, my friend. You just have to think. My wife is very happy that I come to this because every time I come home, I come completely nussed and I have lose 1 or 2 kilos. And she said, "You have to continue to do that."
go, you go.
Me and
When is
Michael,
the next one?
me and Mike, is very good for us.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, like yeah, it's yeah. Like last year, we also went to the Vogezen. We also I done a trip.
Mhm.
We rented a house with the Dutch guys also, and we went there for like almost a week. It was also pretty nice to do that actually. But yeah, we
Michael agree.
always.
No, Mike agrees with me. I was one time with a ride with him and George bring us in one place, my friend, and that was just going up, going down, but everything with hands. And me and Mike was we were just carrying. And I say, okay, we came here today to make sport, not to ride the AUC.
Yeah, I trained my glutes this weekend also as well. We did like 1100 meters of elevation on Saturday, and yeah, like you say, it was also like yeah, really steep. Like it was that steep that my shoes had no grip to go up almost. That that's what we've done also in the weekend. That you get out of breath when once you were at the top and you had to say like, oh, just a second, I need to catch my breath. But yeah, it's like they say, also
It's
part of the
adventure, my
game.
friend. Come on, it's
It's
adventure.
CC adventure.
My friend. I every time I go, sometimes I cannot go. But, everybody has. My wife is not in the. Today she's better, but sometimes, and that is like I'm in paradise when I go ride with you guys. I feel so. I'm just expecting to go more and more. Sometimes I cannot do every day because it's 200 kilometers, two
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
riding. Is not we cannot do that every day, but every time I have the chance, I go because it's like when you come in end of the day, my friend. I'm most of the time now. I don't want to film anymore. I just want to have fun. I just want
Hmm.
to have fun. Like last time we put the video and I give it to York to film the 360. You told me or something like that. Now that we
Yeah,
have that
sure.
in 360, then I came home. I just see his ass. I forgot to put in 360, and I was like, "Huh? Yeah,
And
what
it's funny, yeah,
happened?"
because we laughed about it before
Yeah,
before you even knew when you came home. Like, hey,
yeah.
you're gonna get a
We
nice
was
ass
like,
shot of Yorick.
and I said, huh? What happened here? And I said, do I forget to film? And I said, look, I just see his ass, nothing else. And
Wrong setting.
that was a good ride, huh? The
Yeah,
people
yeah,
was pushing because of the camera. You just see in end just the now from Yuri. I put in a Yuri, and that was a very nice video. That I have to put on a video because that was a very nice ride from the guys. And let me just change. And I think is something I have to put because there was pushing a lot. Roy is a guy who likes to push a lot, and
hmm
then we have René. René is the crazy guy of all. You see, we have to go this way to the left, and you just see the guy going straight away, and you ask, "What are you doing, man?" And he just said,
yeah.
"Oh, I forgot there is some. I have to carve."
Or he says like, yeah, yeah, I saw Oven in front of me. He also has an S22. You can do it like I can do it as well. And then he sometimes goes like totally different direction, or he misjudges something like how I absorb it or something, and he goes like,
That
whew,
is so
and he
crazy,
goes
my
like,
friend.
whoa, this just happened. What was this?
That is the crazy thing. And I asked him, "What happened, my friend?" I was not there, and I was like, "My friend, you go out of the trails. I think you're going to damage us. Now is everything okay?" And then he opens a beer and he continues, and I'm like, "Eh?"
Yep. Yeah, it's but it's also like I sometimes have this also. I like when you're riding behind each other, like on these single tracks, and you're going constantly like one hairpin after the other, like you get like tunnel vision or something. You're just watching like 2 meters or something, or 1 meter sometimes behind the other person, and everything goes so fast
Mhm.
that that you think like, oh, the next turn is to the right, but it goes at the end to the left, and that's what's happening then. Then you think your mind is so set up like, oh, I have to lean to this side, and, then you see some guys like, no, it's the other side. But yeah,
I
it's
just want
always
you
fun.
guys to understand. I just want you guys to understand. Today we are. I consider myself more a person who rides off road. I ride most of the time. First of all, I like to ride more off road. I like very much trails. I
Me as
love
well.
trails, and we have lots of good trails in Belgium and in Netherlands, and that is so nice, very technical, and I love a lot to do that. I'm not anymore a guy who likes to ride too much in streets. First of all, because of the laws, and second of all, I like to go off-road, just have that feeling, and I feel so good. I just want to have some fun, and sometimes we
Same
work
here.
so much. We work so much, oh my friend, and that is the best time we have. We forget about everything. We just want to have fun.
Yeah, you're only riding, you're only focused on that and having fun. And I have the same thing. Like maybe I want to learn a bit more street riding because I don't know how is this is possible. I can ride streets pretty okay, but when it goes downhill, I I have a blockage. While in the Vogezen it was all downhill, steep, and so on. With as long as the wheel is moving under my feet and everything, I can ride downhill on single trails on everything. But on the street, I have an issue with that. If it's flat, if it's uphill, no issue. But if it goes downhill, I always need to carve. I don't know how. Some of them just stand straight and just lean.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I maybe need to practice more by doing it, I think. But like Belgium is pretty flat.
Hmm.
So yeah, but that's something I kind of want to improve, even though I'm capable of. I'm sure of that, but something in my mind is going. I like, or it's a feeling, or I get locked out. I don't know. Even though I always freeboarded downhill on streets, it's a bit different, of course, but I don't know why, and that blocks myself riding on street downhill. And like you say, with people and people don't watch out and laws and so on, let's put not too much attention to us so we can still ride for a long time. Um, so yeah, that's also maybe why we didn't do the or didn't plan the EUC off-road.
We try to plan it, my friend. We
Yeah,
try to plan it.
that's
We
true.
talk in a group. We
Yeah,
talk in a
yeah,
group
yeah, yeah.
that nobody thinks that we don't try it. But we all of us, we came to the best conclusion for the safety of all of us, not
Hmm.
just because of us. The group came and say, let's go easy. There's in Netherlands they are having some issues. There's some Belgium. We are not so in a good position. Let's go safe zone for all of us riders, and we can do that next year. But for nobody, don't think that we don't talk about it. We talk about
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like every
We
year.
even planned the date
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. We plan a date
Uh,
for everybody to be happy because the
hmm.
first year David was there, the second year David was not there, and he was telling about the date he could and the date because I think David is a very active rider and is a person, is a friend from us, and we want to see our friends there too.
Hmm.
I
Indeed.
think that is important for us to find a balance for everybody to be there because we are not just riders, we are good friends, and it's always good for you to see your friends in a ride that
Of
you can
course.
sit later on and have good memories. And for me, the most important thing about the rides is meeting good persons that you can have a nice conversation, not stupid conversations, or discuss about stupid things that
Hmm.
don't make no sense. For me, I just want to have good time, enjoy it with my friends. If we fall all of us together.
We know that
If
we are live.
Yeah, and we take care of each other. And for me, is what I need in one group. That's why I love so much this
Yeah,
group,
you don't want stress, huh? You had stress on all week from work and so on, so
my friend.
you just want to have fun,
You have
enjoy
enough
what
problems
you're
in your
doing.
life.
Yep, indeed. So that's yeah, we're also happy when you say like, "Hey, I'm joining you." Yeah, it's always nice.
For me, the important thing is having fun with my friends. And believe me, if you are out there, I just recommend to you forget about you to be in 300 groups. I was about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years, I was close to 100 groups in WhatsApp, Telegram. My telephone was like crazy. My wife was
Yeah.
already upset because in the evening was like, you don't see no sound, but is the sound of zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah, yeah,
You listen
constantly.
always. Then is always
I
the light
cannot
and
follow
everything.
this anymore.
Yes, and then
Yeah,
you lose
it's
the
too much.
control. Most of the people just speak shit. Sometimes don't have nothing to do with electric. They are talking about these private lives and something like that, and then you lose some good information that you need to see it. That's why I'm over that. I want to have good
Hmm.
rides, good friends, people who wants to have fun. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. I don't want to know what you did with your hand yesterday. I don't want to listen to your private life. I just want to have a nice day. That's why I invited you to come here because you are a good friend from us. I know you from the electric, and we made this bond with friends, and I think it's something for us important. We sometimes we don't speak, sometimes we speak riding, and I think that is more than enough. We understand each other's very well, and that's why it was important for you to come here, like David, like Ralph, like everybody in one group ride as his fun, as his role in a group.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I think what makes a group great is when everybody knows what he has to do, or what I love to do.
it's
That's why
correct.
I think this group, we have everything here. We have not.
That's why we also not have, I think, like an insane big group. That's as well, like you said, like if you're in 100 groups, or you see a lot of things happening, it starts up out to be very nice and so on, and then yeah, the shit talk starts and so on, that you say like, oh no, I don't want this, I don't want to be involved in this, I just want to have, like you say, like fun, don't mind and all the other things, and yeah, talk about wheels, what to improve or what to do, or about food, or whatever, or have a barbecue, like we've done last time,
Mhm.
at Yuri's place, and then go ride, have fun, and yeah, all the rest is not
Yuri
necessary.
has make me a bad thing in his birthday.
Yeah.
He's an animal. Because I was I came to his birthday, and then he said, "Now we have to go buy something because I'm going to make food." And I was thinking maybe it's for us 7 persons, the riders.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was in a supermarket, and I say, "How many persons is that?" "Oh, it's around 30." And I said,
Yeah,
"What?" And it was just with a small, just a small box of meat. And I said, "For 30,
that's not
30
enough.
persons?" And he said, "I don't know, my friend." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to cook for everybody." And I cook for
Yeah, it
everybody.
was too bad. We had a barbecue the day before that we could not stay, because I got a bit sick, so
Yeah,
else we also would have stayed. But yeah, it's not
that was good,
always.
my friend. It was a good thing. Was a good. I lose the Saturday, but it was very nice to see David coming in the next day, and we make a good ride, and everybody was happy. And then in the end, everybody has to go to his life. But the important thing, we have good memories, and for me, what we take from this, believe me, what I take from this is the good memories of my friends. I don't care about the
And a
rest.
fine. We also got a fine.
Not you, the guy who makes the birthday. He has a fine.
Yeah, yeah, but we'll split it up, so he doesn't have to, because yeah,
No, leave it. Yeah, you do it, Yuri. That is
mm,
the birthday
it
from
was
us.
his fault. No, no, no. That's
I didn't.
also a
I
thing.
don't know
Like,
this guy. This guy bring me here. I told him he's illegal, but he told me he's legal.
yeah, we don't know.
Why
I'm not
everybody
from
don't
here.
say it's your birthday? We're going to party. It's your birthday. The police is already
Happy
there.
birthday. Here's
So
another
doesn't matter,
fine.
my friend. I just want to make some questions important. I know that you are a guy who knows. So you have 2 wheels. I know that you are. We talk already, the two of us. when we are in rides, and you always say the 22 works good for me, why should I change it? And I think that is a brilliant idea. You talk with me the same thing, Nelson. If your Sherman S is doing well, why you have to change it? Is doing the job. But do you think today, having so much wheels in the market, every day is, when we wake up we never know if it's going to be a new wheel there. Do you think what you love to see in the future, or you think we are already in a good direction with the AUC, or what you love to see in the future, AUC for you?
Huh, that's a good question. I think, yeah, I maybe some small improvements on some metals, because, like we say, the Chinesium is sometimes not the strongest, and we've seen already a lot of parts break after, not in the beginning, but after a while, because it's not the same as European standard steel and so on, or aluminium. So those kind of things could improve. Of course, they will improve, but then again, you see that the prices also go up. And yeah, for a lot of people, if they can afford one wheel that costs like 3 or 4 thousand euros, let's say, then you kind of wanted to take care of it and use it as long as possible. Also, you see with new wheels like popping up all the time, often you cannot get rid of your old wheel, or you need to find new riders like that want to buy it. But like you
Not
see,
easy to find it, huh?
no, it's not easy because I think at the moment most people who ride these things have a wheel. And yeah, if it's not a new guy who wants to buy or start off with a second hand like I've done,
Hmm.
then it's not that easy.
No.
And maybe you like end up like Michael with a whole collection of wheels,
Yeah,
so to
it's
say. But
always, it's like he always tell I have to sell some of them, but
yeah, he's too
I
attached.
was in this
He
position
doesn't want to.
already, my friend. I was in this position when I was with skateboards. I was with so many skateboards that my wife told me, you have to choose to sell something because we don't have no more places here,
Hmm.
and that comes addiction. You are start you start to buy when you see, and then when you try to sell, my friend, that is the big problem. Nobody gives you close to the money. Not close, sometimes you give it so cheap that the people wants more cheap, and then you
Yeah, yeah,
say, for that I
I
prefer
can
to,
keep it. Yep.
yes, I can keep it.
It's
And
the
that is
same
the
like
problem.
with the Monster I had also. Like I was like, oh, this is really a nice wheel, just for everything, for cruising on the road. I have also rode it off road, but like you say now, what you want in a wheel, then you come on places where you've never been before, like with the yogi trails and so on, and then you have something like, oh, we want to ride this uphill or this thing. Yeah, I'm not able to do that. And then you start wondering, what if in the next years we'll have that? And then you see 1 year or 2 year later,
Mhm.
Jorg or Robin or whatever, whoever, ride up that hill, and we're like, remember when we were talking about like, hey, would we be able to? And now we're doing that. So yeah, what's next? We'll never know. It will always improve and improve. It also gets more complex, which has also a downside where components, if you have to replace something, will be much more expensive. So yeah, that's
The big
also not.
question, the big question is, how, like you have the S22. If there is in 3 or 4 years parts for that, if we don't have to do it ourselves, everything, because we see the companies, they build stuff, but then later on, these companies, they stop doing parts. and just move it away for a new wheel, and they don't have interest to
Yeah, then you have
repair.
no other choice, huh?
Yeah.
Then you have no other choice. But for example, like a lot of people talked about the sliders and the rollers, for example.
Hmm.
Like you can have some shocks in there, but I also seen shocks fail after a while where the oil is coming out. So you also have to revise them and try to fix them. And if you're not able to because you cannot find a component, then you need a new shock.
Hmm.
And that also costs quite some money for then a new shock. Then on the other hand, I'm like, hmm, if these rollers, like after, I don't know, 3,000 kilometers are done, and I can get 10 or 20 rollers from AliExpress, which are cheap, I just replace them and I can go another 4,000 kilometers, then yeah, that's easy for me. I rather replace a roller than a complete shock and have to pay like 500 euro for a failing shock, for example.
Yeah,
So in
and I
that
agree with
regard,
you 100%.
it depends. And I'm like, I've worked. Yeah, it's still a lot of money. I've worked for it, so I kind of take care of it as well. I do use it, but I do take care because they also laugh with me like that I clean my wheel. Because yeah,
I
I
take care
say
of
to
my
them
stuff
like
too, my friend.
it
I have all my
yeah.
stuff here. Is all of them taken
Hmm.
care, and I think that is
And
important.
it's also like it yeah, like a car engine. You can ride it till all the oil is done, but sometimes it needs a bit of new oil. So yeah, you take care of things, and like my Honda to say, I've always done maintenance myself and so on, and it's now 22 years old and still riding perfectly. And
Mhm.
there is like, yeah, take care of it, and then yeah, it will last you a bit longer. If it will be forever, like you say, maybe they stop producing parts and yeah, something breaks that you cannot replace, then I might need to think about something else or try to. There, there are plenty of ways that you have online manufacture shops where if I can model the part because yeah, I can 3D model myself, um, so I can still let them be made if I want to. But
Mhm.
as you say, maybe then the F18 or the Apex is a suitable replacement because some things do improve over time. Yeah, then it's sometimes
But
maybe
what I
time to
see in
switch.
Apex, what I see in Apex, you have no, the range is too less. It's not too big range. You have not too big batteries inside. I was talking about David having a ride with the guys, and then of one moment to another, he was with close to empty battery, and that is one thing we have to think about it. I don't know if that is how many kilometers can you made with a one charge pushing. With my Sherman, I can do a lot, my friend. Most of the time, I always forget about charging.
Yeah, I think it was around 50 kilometers with the
Mhm.
Apex. Like when, where were we? In Little Seberga, I believe. But yeah,
I
I
was not
don't.
there. I listened from you guys talking about
Yeah, but
that.
we have ridden really fast there, like 65. I was riding and I even could not keep up, like so to speak. So David and Jorg were really pushing it back then, and then we came to the car,
No,
and
how can you say that? They never
and
push it.
one guy is talking to David, and he says
David
like,
said it's 60 kilometers.
"Hey." You only have one bar left, huh? We still need to go to the car, huh? And he's like, huh? What? Oh, that was that beeping. So they were pushing already onto the beeps,
We
not
talked,
knowing
the
that,
two of us,
yeah, that it
about that.
was like almost empty. So he had to still like, yeah, like 60 kilometers we've done. Like, so I think he has done like 8 or 10 kilometers at the end to his car. but yeah, then it was done. But I yeah, it was constantly pushing. It was constantly that we sometimes had like a we're going too fast here, especially with people around us. We've never ridden so not socially responsible.
Like
But
kids,
yeah, yeah,
like kids, irresponsible kids.
yeah, indeed, it was a bit like that. But on the other hand, it was again a lot of fun. Um, we did had a weird thing happening with this apex where he cut out and the wheel was looking to be dead. And yeah, we thought like, was the fuse fried or what
Hmm.
happened? The motor was not stuck, so we thought, okay, the fuse was fried. So at the car, we opened up. David opened the wheel up, disconnected the batteries, checked the fuses. Fuses were still okay. Reconnected the battery, and the apex was still working again. Very strange thing. So that was
We talk about that, the two of us. That for me, I'm going to be afraid to ride again.
oh no, no. It was fixed, and he went on to the wheel and full gas. It was
For me, no, my friend. I'm going to. I'm going to. My head is going to be like working all the time. It's like
yeah.
telling me maybe it's going to break, maybe it's going to shut it out, or no, my friend. I was
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
be.
it was really strange. But yeah, everybody was happy that he was also happy that he could ride again.
Yeah,
Uh,
but David
'Cause-
is very happy. He said it's for him. He's telling now, for me, the Apex is a great wheel, and for me is the best at the moment. You see him with the V14. He was with problems with the battery, and we see Roy is with problems with the battery, and is
yeah,
too much technology inside of the emotion, and you see not one wheel, two wheels the same with the same problems, batteries problems,
yeah. You had that
and
also in the Vogeese. His wheel would tilt back because
yeah,
of one battery, and when he disconnected it, it was fine. But
yeah.
yeah,
In the
also
last ride was second battery. You have to put it out too. Now he's with two
yeah, yeah.
batteries out.
Even with sitting on the
Mhm,
V14, like um, this weekend, even Mike Michael
mhm.
also was sitting on his wheel, and it would also suddenly turn backwards because he was sitting like a little backwards, but keeping it still, and the motor is still trying to correct that, and the motherboard gets warm then. And sometimes I remember with an older wheel of emotion, when you would stand uphill a little bit and keep it, then he would say like, "Hey, danger, overload," something like that. I was like, "Huh?" I was standing still. So yeah, it's maybe nice that it all has all this technology and so on inside, but yeah, like they say, emotional damage.
Emotion, emotion. So, my friend, you see, 1 hour and 30 minutes. We say 1 hour. That is very
It go,
fast, my friend.
time
So I
flies.
just want, I just want to say for you, my friend. Thank you so much for the great. First of all, great interview. I want to say to everybody who came to the interview is going to see the interview later on. Thank you so much for coming. That's what I like. The people writing and helping with the conversation. It was very good to see that we have our friends here supporting us. For you guys who are out there, from my side, I'm going to say, if you are out there, doesn't matter where you are in the world, try to find a group that fits for you, a group that make you happy, that you can contribute. Doesn't matter how, but maybe it's going to be something that you can do in a group, or doesn't matter. Maybe you can be the clown of the group. Everybody's going to be happy. Sometimes I'm the clown of the group. I just want to see everybody happy, and the important thing: have fun, enjoy it, find some friends that you can say that is I found the perfect match for me, that I can go out of my bed and say I want to ride, I want to ride. That way, in this moment, you found the perfect group. when I'm not with, I don't see. I'm not feeling. That means that is something is missing. I found great guys. I have maybe the years we have riding. I changed groups, trying to find the best one. Today I have a great group of friends, and you are one of them. And it's always good to ride with you. You know that. And
Same.
we match very good one with another, and not just you. I think the group completely we match as a good family. We have our families and everything, but I think it's a good moment for us to have a good ride. We love the same thing. We have the same taste, and we ride similar, each one of us. And the more crazy of us is everybody's pushing for everybody. Can we do that? Should we try it?
And then one
and
guy does it, and everybody follows.
and the most important thing is when you do or you achieve something, everybody in the group is going to be and congratulate you to do it. If you don't do it, everybody's going to congratulate you in the same way. Nobody's going to judge you if you can do it or not, and nobody's going to say do it. And I think that is the important thing. Is uh, the important thing from us is having the most fun.
That's true. That's true. Everybody, if sometimes you don't feel it, you don't do it, and yeah, it's all up to you. But yeah, most of the times when you see some persons doing it, like David also says, like when he rides with us, there's needs to be one guy like showing, and he pushes you, and then you're a bit more confident, like I know if he can do it, I can do it, and then yeah, you make sure that everybody starts to I level up, like we say, yeah, and everybody follows. But yeah, you can have a bad day that you say like, oh no, I'm not feeling it today. Doesn't matter. You do it your way, and everybody's still happy.
That is the important thing. We was last time, I think, with a guy from Netherlands with a electro motocross bike with us, and he was welcome with us. He's a good friend from us, and he was with other type of in other groups that people maybe could say, but he was perfect, and he a totally different machine than us, but it was fun to have him, and I think that is what makes beautiful this sport. Doesn't matter. You want to come, you want to join the group and have some fun, join us, and don't try to destroy what is built. Just enjoy
Correct.
the system and have fun. If it's not for you, you change and try to find something better for you.
Yep. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah,
So,
it's
my
with
friends, I
everything
just
in
want to
life.
say something before I leave with the last words for the community. I just want to say something for all of you. Uh, I'm going to leave all the links. This is his YouTube channel. This is his Instagram, and you have the Facebook, but is more Instagram, YouTube channel. And for everybody's out there, uh, is, if you see it, Dado Mista is Surf Dado is a guy from the Vesk, from the one wheelers. Is going to be. It was a big discussion with me because a video I put out, and he is a nerd of one wheels. He likes Vesk, and was some discussion between the two of us, and I invite him to come here. That way he can put his points and try to explain to us, the people who likes the Vesk world, to come here. It's going to be Friday. If you guys have the chance, come and see. I think it's going to be a nice discussion. It's not going to be a stupid discussion. We talk in private, the two of us, and of course he has their idea, I have my idea, and maybe I can learn with him, and we can learn with him, or he can learn with us. If you are out there and you want to join the discussion, you are welcome. He's going to answer all the questions that the guys who don't have the knowledge of Vesk world, because it's different than the one wheel. Uh, you have the chance to come here and have a conversation with him. I think it's going to be very interesting. Just for you guys to know this, I was talking with you in private. This time, we're going to have this month lots of ladies. I think it's going to be the months of the ladies. So this month and next month, I think is a lot of ladies. That is very good. I'm very happy for us to see more and more ladies riding one wheels, AUCs, skateboards, and pushing this sport to another level. And I'm seeing lots of girls that they are not afraid to ride with guys, and they say that is very interesting for us to have this small competition. But they would love to see more the races. Some of them are racing, some of them not. They would love to see more, maybe an event that can the girls ride separated than the men's, and I think that is going to be very nice. uh I think you write something I don't understand. Salute the two, what it means to nil.
He says, "See you soon, so Lucas. Till next time."
Okay. So thank you so much for everybody to come. I'm going to leave you with the last words, like always, to the community who's going to see this video later on, or for the guys who are right now in the live. I leave you with the last words. Don't forget, guys, we are in groups on Facebook, all of them. We are in YouTube and we are in X now. The important thing is for us to share uh, the riders out there in the world. Maybe you are close to them and you want to have a ride, or you are in holidays and you can contact them and say, "Hey, I'm now in Belgium. You guys making a ride? Maybe you can come and try it." My friend, please, the last words for you.
Yeah, then I would say, like always, go to the EUC PAV Belgium as well on Facebook. Often there's also some rides planned or so by David, and yeah, come join us and have fun. I would say.
I'm going to leave the link for the two groups in Facebook. They are very active. One of them is from Lindburg, Lindenburg, and the other ones is from Belgium, Wheelers, uh, from David, and yeah, just enjoy it. Have a good ride. Like always, I always tell to everybody, ride fast, but always safe. Guys, see you in the next interview. My friend, thank you so much for coming. And no limits to ride, like he has. AUC.